Well, I've been inspired to build a long home for many years. When I was a child, my folks had a small cabin in the woods, and that's probably one of the early inspirations. I just find the warmth and the beauty of knotty pine to be just really therapeutic, actually, and I enjoy living here.
Our process was first trying to decide whether we were going to do a full log home or whether we do a half log home. Then we ended up deciding on the half log home.
Once we went in there and saw the products, we were very sold on it because I'm looking at it from a designer standpoint. I think most women do it from that standpoint, and I loved all the moldings and the swish plate covers and the huge logs that we could have on the outside to give the saddle notch real log home look. We have enormous logs on the inside, and when people come here, they're quite convinced this is a full log home.
When we first started the gym, I've been involved in gyms for 20 plus years and worked out for a lot of years. All the stereotyping in the gyms is metal, drywall. I mean, they're very callous. I feel like doctor's office. So I came up with this idea, with wood. I wanted a wood feel for the gym. It's never been done before that I know of. I believe we're the first one.
What I did was I just sent a sketch of our house to Skyline Woods, and they did the calculations to determine exactly how much of each of the different products that we really needed. So they took all the guesswork out of it. And I tell you, one of the most exciting days was the day a semi-truck pulled up in front of the house and we started unloading all the various log products. It was really thrilling.
They were excellent in terms of helping us understand the availability of the different products, how we could incorporate them into the design of our home. In terms of once the construction started, everything came in on time as ordered and as expected.
The product was delivered when it was said it was going to be, which is very nice in any industry. We had 6 months for timeline to build the product, so we had to have everything in, and I actually waited late on the order of the cabinets for the lockers, and they jumped through hoops and we had them in 2 weeks, which I was told first of all they were going to be 4 to 6 weeks, but they had them done in 2 weeks. So it actually helped us with our final timeline to get everything done.
Every time we came up to our home, even before it was finished, we were in awe. It was wow. We'd look at it and we would just be so thrilled to see it. And each time that we would come up and see it, our reaction was, this is even so much nicer than we ever dreamed it would be.
The wood, it was all hand hewn, not a big charge plus either, but we wanted something that didn't look like a milled log. Everything I looked out there so far looked like just a round piece of wood that came through. Everything that we got, all of our poles in the building, everything has a hand hewn look in here, and when people come to the gym, it just gives it such a nice feel.
Skyline Woods is a very bold looking product, beefy logs, very little waste on the product. The materials are very easy for install, and the looks that you get from them after install really sells the product itself.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity with my son to come up and take a tour of the mill, and it was really impressive to go from a humongous sized log and then watch them take it through all the saws, the planers, and the other heavy equipment, and then take the time to sort it through the process, get rid of any mistakes from the natural growth process, and turn out a very high quality product that's both the log siding as well as the paneling. It was an incredible process to see, and we really enjoyed it thoroughly.
Skyline Woods has a very good kiln. What I mean is they dry the wood out good, so you have very little shrinkage at the end of the job, which makes my job easier. I have less callbacks. It lasts for many years. If you have any issues at all, they bend over backwards to take care of any issues with their product. If you have any shortcomings, they get them out to you in a timely manner, which is very important.
It was awesome. The biggest thing you get when you work with a lot of other lumber companies is surprises at the end. Our budget with what we started from was within 2 to 3%, and The only increased cost was because I made some of the things bigger and changed a few things along the way. So what we were quoted, it was really nice to go to the bank and we had everything what we were told it was going to be.
Skyline Woods is a very high-end product at a reasonable price. It's end matched, which is very important. End matched, I mean we have very little waste when we do it. We figure in 5% waste on the job, which adds value to the product.
One of the goals that we had here building this house is energy efficiency. And what I found was that when you combine a half log on the outside plus a traditional 2x6 construction and then combine that with OSB and Tyvek, the combination gives you a very high R factor and it creates a real tight seal around the house and is very, very energy efficient. Our utilities have been particularly low and that we think is a very good thing.
We found the advantages to be so much greater and probably even more economical than the full log home because between the walls of our half log, we have half log on the outside and the other half is on the inside. We have 6 inches of insulation. Therefore, we're not going to have the heat loss. We're not going to have as much shrinkage. So to us, there was absolutely no question as to which way we wanted to go.
Here you'll see the saddle notch corners that just fit absolutely perfectly. Nearly everybody who comes to our house is convinced that this is a full log product. And especially the corner logs really give that appearance. And they just fit perfectly to the point where you barely need to put any kind of caulking in the corners whatsoever. So that's a very nice feature. And over here you see an archway, a custom-made archway from Skyline Woods. They're particularly good at custom work. I've ordered about 5 or 6 custom pieces and everyone comes back perfectly fit.
And to see everybody's faces when they walk in here, it is so neat to see. I mean, as soon as they walk in, they see the Knotty pine ceiling. I mean, it's just, their jaws drop. It's incredible.
Our expectations, you know, of course, were what this finished product was going to look like, but when we saw it, it was so much more and so much beyond what we had hoped. And people come inside and they just rub their hands along the wood and look up at the beams and these massive logs, and they're always amazed along with us.
I would say unequivocally exceeds our expectations in terms of what we wanted a home to look like. I can't say enough good words about the product and the service that we got from those folks.
They can make art out of trees, and it's an incredible process. And the combination of the great sales staff as well as the craftsmen in Skyline Woods, it just makes for a perfect combination, and it's the answer to every homeowner's dream.
It's just well beyond what we had hoped for.